This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. Make sure you listen to this one because I guarantee you will learn some things you did not know. Now, I've covered Colin Kaepernick before any of this stuff was going on where he was chosen to be the face of this movement, this racial movement where NFL players are taking a knee. Most of you have seen the video I covered about George Soros, who was actually funding it with the NFL Players Association. But I'm going to show you how fraternal Masonic orders are connected to this, as well as, of course, devil worship. Because these are the things that they've pretty much tried to scrub off the internet. I first started talking about Kaepernick when this story came out a few years ago, 2014, where Colin Kaepernick was accused of sexual assault. But what they don't tell you is that he was accused of sexual assault, because nobody hears about that, because the story got dropped, the case got dropped. But the accuser was hysterically ranting about the devil and how devil worship was occurring. She was drugged and she doesn't remember what was going on, but she was screaming for Jesus' help and ranting hysterically about the devil. Now, when I did that video covering it a couple of years ago, I said that, what a surprise, right? These people are always connected to Satanism in some way, and then something happens to them prominently, right? Oh, the girl just made up that they were doing devil worship. No, people just dismiss it because they think it's insane. But I keep showing everyone on this channel the connections between this stuff. Kaepernick was chosen and selected to be in this position. And this connects back to fraternal Masonic organizations, such as the one that Kaepernick is a part of himself, which I'll get into in a second. But as most of you probably have heard, Nike has given a huge, is doing a huge campaign featuring Colin Kaepernick, okay? And everybody know, Colin taking the knee, causing racial division, because remember, what they want is divide and conquer. They want whites and blacks divided. Meanwhile, all of our focus and anger should be towards these people who control all of these industries, who control, from the FDA, from the stuff they put in the food, to the chemtrails, to the fake political structure, to how they enslave us, to the taxes we have to pay. You can own land, but you still don't own the land because the government owns it, and you got to pay tax on it. That's where all of our anger should be going. But they trick everybody, and they're looking at skin color. They convince people to be racist. I'm not saying that there aren't racist people out there. There's racist morons all over the place. There's blacks who are racist against whites, and whites who are racist against black. But don't forget, the KKK was started by Masonry. Albert Pike was behind the Ku Klux, okay? He was behind the KKK and these Masons. This has all been part of divide and conquer. So Kaepernick, who has been irrelevant now because he hasn't been in the league, they're pretending that he's been blackballed from the league when he wasn't even good to begin with. One of the worst throwing quarterbacks you'll ever see. But nonetheless, this isn't about the actual sport. You'll see the ad, believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything. Remember, I've done videos on this. If you're new, you should go check them out. Keywords to look at. Magic, right? Always talking about magic. You'll see it all over the place. Sacrifice and one and love. These are key words to the New World Order. This is part of the brainwashing. We hear sacrifice. People are like, oh, sacrifice. They're really referencing, they use the word sacrifice because people think they're like, oh, I sacrificed, having a hamburger today, and instead I went to the gym, right? And everybody's like, oh, the sacrifices I make to support my family, all this stuff they brainwash people with. Sacrifice is a term that they always use with a double meaning, which is to do with human sacrifice, because that's what these people do. So it's funny that the ad has, even if it means sacrificing everything. But take a look at Colin Kaepernick here. Does this look like, this is too funny. The fraternity is a part of the Kappa Alpha Psi, Spy, Pi, whatever you want to call these ridiculous fraternal organizations. This is a black Greek fraternity that Kaepernick himself was and is still a part of. You can even see through his tweet, Happy Founders Day to my brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi. I am my brother's keeper, right? And look at the logo. Again, remember, looking for signs and logos for these Masonic fraternal organizations. It's 666. No big deal, right? And the third letter, whatever it's supposed to be in these ridiculous shirts that these frat people wear, these losers, of course it looks like a pitchfork. Why wouldn't it look like one? And then the symbol's the 666. They hold it to the side. You see Kaepernick always flashing it up. So in other words, what happens when you're a part of these organizations is that when you're a part of a brotherhood, they ask you, they don't pretty much ask you, they tell you, because you make a vow, you make an oath to your brotherhood, you do whatever is in the best interest of the brotherhood. Kaepernick took the oath to be a part of this brotherhood. And then when they came to him and said, you're going to be the face of this movement, it's going to be bigger, and he might have at first said, well, I really want to play football. They said, well, you know what? You're going to make hundreds of millions and you don't have to do anything. It starts with taking a knee. You don't have to worry about breaking your neck or breaking your back playing football, right? And Kaepernick is still making, he made $100 million, or he had $100 million contract. I don't know how much he made. He's making millions from Nike. He's got a lawsuit against the NFL, which he will win because it's part of this push-pull, fake racist movement that they've created, where Kaepernick will get all the money and they'll go, oh, the NFL is racist. They're conspiring against black people. This is what they want, right? Meanwhile, all you have to do with any of these people is just investigate them and see who they're connected to. Now, people, when they hear frats, they always just think, and this is because of the movies, oh, frat, right? A bunch of people who get bombed, they get wasted, they have girls show up. The reason that the movies have the appeal, or put that appeal out there from, there's 3 movies a month or a year. I mean, I don't know. I feel like every month, at least, you'll see a movie come out, a college movie, join the frat, everyone's getting bombed, like Animal House all the way to, Van Wilder, I think it was called. To those types of movies, American Pie, which one of them eventually was in college. They make they advertise it as if it's this great thing because they want to recruit people to join these organizations. Now, it does not mean that everybody who's a part of a frat is, a Freemason or a Satanist or an occultist. No, that's not true at all. Okay? But when you're a part of it, there are people above who start recruiting you to move higher within the organization, right? This is stuff like, Skull and Bones and these Ivy League schools, which are really, those fraternal organizations are really responsible for pushing these people up the ladder of success, if you'd call it that, in the world. So I'm not saying that everybody who joins one, there's people who just join it and get bombed and aren't a part of it. They like having people like that too, because it gives the illusion that all this is a bunch of people getting wasted, having a good time, being a part of a brotherhood. And again, I don't understand why anybody would ever join a frat. I don't know what kind of a loser you have to be. You can't make friends on your own. I mean, you just need to hang out with a bunch of dudes and drink all day. I mean, it's pretty pathetic. But to each their own, I suppose. But like I said, you'll see the connections always, right? The symbolism, the signs, and then the people who are put in these prominent positions. Kaepernick was chosen, just like the stuff with Harvey Weinstein. Okay, Harvey Weinstein wasn't thrown under the bus by all these women. He was chosen, just like Matt Lauer was chosen. All of these guys, Kevin Spacey. There comes a point where they say, look, your time is up. Okay, the time is now. We're getting close to the New World Order being put in place, and this is your sacrifice that you're doing for us. Your career, Kevin Spacey in movies, is done. Okay? But guess what? You're a millionaire, and we'll continue to pay you. You'll continue to have money. All it means is that in the public spotlight, you'll be looked at as a creep and a pedophile. And they don't care what the goy look at them as, right? The goyim, that's what they refer to us as. They don't care what we look at them as. Because amongst them, it's an honor what Kevin Spacey did and what Harvey Weinstein did. It elevates them even further inside of these secret societies, inside of the occult. It enhances their value. And that's exactly what Kaepernick here did. The same as Weinstein, he was the one chosen to do this. They wanted the racial divide. I mean, people go nuts over this stuff because a guy takes a knee during the national anthem. It's like, and then people, it's not patriotic, blah, blah, blah. There's so many things that we should be focusing on that we don't, because everybody's sensitive to this stuff. That's what they want you to put your energy into. Oh, he took a knee. Oh, the black people are taking a knee. The white people should be mad. The military veterans should be mad. Oh, let's all fight each other over nonsense. All these people poison us, right? And then you see the connections. Oh, what a coincidence. Colin Kaepernick happened to have a sexual assault case against him. There's people who have sexual assault case against them that get dropped. But for the rest of their lives, they're still linked to a sexual assault. They're like, oh yeah, that guy, wasn't he commits sexual assault? Oh no, it was dropped. Oh, okay. But they always remember that person for that, right? That's what happens in this country. Before anyone's proven guilty, they'll take a story and they'll smear them. And then the people who, always have this image of the person. Well, Kaepernick, nobody even knows he was accused of sexual assault, right? And like I said, right there in plain sight, the woman who accused him says devil worship was going on and all this stuff. And there used to be more articles out there. They scrubbed them where she was talking about satanic rituals occurring. And now the articles just say she was screaming about the devil and screaming about Jesus. They scrubbed the articles before this whole movement went down. I said it 2 years ago when this happened because I was looking for some of these older articles and videos and they were gone. I wouldn't be surprised if they took this down, but, maybe not, because they'll just say, he sounds like a lunatic ranting. He's calling fraternal orders, Satan worshipers. You can see it for yourself. The 666 sign, right? Kaepernick holding it up must be a coincidence. So it must have a different meaning to them. They're just holding this up because, people will go, it means they love three-pointers or they make threes in basketball or some stupid crap. It means A-OK like Donald Trump. No, 666. You see the 3 fingers up and the circle? That is for 666. This is a symbol in plain sight that people just continue to ignore. So Kaepernick, chosen by Nike, but really chosen by the Brotherhood to do this. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that he's connected to these fraternal Masonic organizations. This one, a Black Greek fraternal organization that you're a part of for life. And now who knows how high ranking up and what other orders he's in, because I'm sure he's in satanic occultic orders. People don't just run out of your apartment claiming sexual assault and then saying that there was that there was devil worship going on and satanic rituals. Okay. But when people hear that, they automatically dismiss it. And then they go, that woman must have been a lunatic. Colin Kaepernick doing satanic rituals. They're all doing them. All you got to do is watch this channel. I'm showing you day in and day out these celebrities and their connection to this stuff. It's unbelievable how obvious it is. All of them. All these people in prominent, I'm ranting and I'm stumbling on my words, in prominent positions like Weinstein to Kaepernick, so all these guys who are part of these things are doing their job that they're asked to do. And they're rewarded handsomely for it. And all they're trying to do is divide us when we should be going after them, the real enemy. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.